God is there. 3,000 as a target. I'm dying in Yobe. Here, look at how they burn our team. Look at how many people have died. Nigeria, look into our problem. Nigeria, look into our problem. We are dying.
If you're watching me now, I welcome you to this exciting moment, but I would employ that you set sentiment aside. You come with a plain heart, with a liberal mind. Now, there is a viral video of a military personnel, a military officer that is posted in Yobe State to fight against the insurgency, lamenting and crying out his mind, pouring out his mind in frustration over the reckless abandonment, over the negligence, over the way and manner the Nigerian government has treated them without or no respect for their human dignity. They are literally crying, begging for help, telling you they are helpless. You see, before a man, I mean even a civilian, just an ordinary man, can come out and shed tears, it means that pain has gotten deep into his marrows, into his bones. For them to come out and express such level of frustration, it is not a moment to mock them or to insult their persons. Now I'm coming to that point. See, it is a time for us to feel that we are in a very serious, dangerous situation. If the military that are saddled with the responsibility of protecting the territorial integrity of the Nigerian state are facing such level of humiliation, are facing such level of abandonment, reckless abandonment by the politicians, by the ruling class, by those who have stolen the commonwealth of the masses, by those who has destroyed the very essence of our existence, by those who have robbed the masses of their peace and good livelihoods. Now, and we kept silence because they are military, so they should face whatever they are facing. Are they not human beings? These are our brothers, these are fathers, these are responsible fathers who have children and families, who has loved ones and belongings, who belongs to societies, belongs to families, belongs to regions. Why should we abandon them? It is not a moment to mock them. God forbid. I will never be part of those who mock people. A man who is crying, calling on God. He said there is God. He is serving as a military. Some persons might say they have signed for death. What kind of death? Must you die to defend the territorial integrity of Nigeria? You need to live to defend the territorial integrity of Nigeria. The fact they sign for ultimate price does not mean they should be exposed or pre-exposed to death intentionally, strategically. I mean, annihilation of the people, the strength, the security architecture of the Nigerian state is being thwarted. They are being destroyed. And nobody is paying attention to that. After they are done with the military, after they reduce the population of the military, after they have massacred the military, as he made confessions that many of their combatant men, of his colleagues, have been killed.
No helper! What are we serving this country for? Why? Nothing! Hungry servicemen! God is there. 3,000 as a target. I'm dying in Yobe. Here, look at how they burn our team. Look at how many people have died. Nigeria, look into our problem. Nigeria, look into our problem. We are dying.
In fact, I salute his courage, I salute his bravery, for after the onslaught, assaults, they burned down their facilities, they carted away with their weapons and everything. They still have the morale to come back to that vicinity to assess the level of damage, they assess the level of inhuman and atrocious activities by these nefarious elements who are more sophisticated, who are more empowered, who are more equipped, armed against the Nigerian military. It is not that the Nigerian military are weak or gullible, but there is a sabotage even within the system. There are people who are benefiting heavily from this sabotage for people's life because they decided to serve. Is it a crime to serve Nigeria? It is becoming clear that serving Nigeria is a crime in that level. Why should we die for a country that cares less about the welfare, the well-being of very critical sector as security personnel? They should be taken care of. With all due respect, if Nigeria is working, they should be prioritized. In order of priority, the military should be given the right priority they deserve. They are making the ultimate sacrifice. And again, the doctors also have to be taken care of. I am not saying that there are no risk, of course, factors, or every job has its risk factors or risk index, but their own is more dangerous. They are more vulnerable to attacks. They face confrontations. Just like a doctor in the course of treating a patient can contract the disease can erroneously or carelessly be transferred to him, and he died something for what he never anticipated. The same thing, a military man can face outright destruction. In fact, they have signed for their life. As they are going, there may not be possibility of coming back, just as most of them are facing today. Most families are bereaved. Most children have lost their fathers because their fathers are defending the Nigerian state that have rejected them. What is the compensation meant for them? Why alive? Why in active service? You are not well catered for. You are not well taken care of. Look at what he's saying. For 3,000 or whatever, he's dying. Not that they don't want to serve, but the condition of service must be improved, must be totally overhauled. I'm talking in the perspective of humanity. I'm talking in respect to humanity and the dignity of labor. The dignity of human life must be respected. I shed tears. I shed tears. I have a deep cut within me. What a country. Forget about all these sentiments and whatever is flying around. They are human beings. They are human beings and should not be considered less as human beings. They have families. They have children to take care of. They have wives. Regardless of their sacrifice to the nation, they shouldn't be treated as people without value. People without coming from somewhere. They are not fugitives. These are full-fledged men, responsible men, being wasted as if they are rags. They are rats. The government should take care of them. The government should look into their plight as they have complained. It is important because whatever goes around comes around. In as much as I'm not happy with the way they are being treated, but I also criticize their actions against the civilians. Majority of them, when the civilians are fighting to make sure that their attention, they hold the government responsible and accountable for the welfare and the well-being of all sundry, the same military will be used against the civilians. Now, they are now crying, they are saying, haven't been used by the politicians. Is it how the reckless abandonment, they are crying out. Despite the fact that most of them are being used as gullible instruments to distort and extort the people, to subdue and subjugate the people. But we must have that humanity in us to accommodate majority of them who are serving humanity, who are honest and committed to the cause which they embarked on. But unfortunately are being frustrated. So you don't have to blame them entirely. Because they are humans, they are dying. And he says, soldier, obey the last. What is that command? Is it a destructive command? What is that obey the last command? They are humans. They have the feelings. They have the emotions. Just as the president and every other politician, governor, or the politicians, irrespective of the hierarchy, from the councillor to the highest position in the society, A councillor will cut away with billions of naira just by becoming a councillor, even without school start. By virtue of becoming a councillor, a politician, he is already made. But people serving actively with their life, risking their life, and the rest of them are not well cut out for. If I were to be an army, I will resign. Because it does not worth dying for. It does not worth dying for. The National Assemblies they are cutting away with billions annually for doing no service. I mean, doing no service. What is the relevance of their service to Nigerians? Making laws. What is the law that is working? When you disregard, disparage the human dignity, the rule of law, the right to people's safety and security. Any government, responsible government, must prioritize the safety, security of her citizens. And if you must prioritize the security of your citizens or the citizens, you must pay very premium attention to the security architecture, security personnel. Look at most of them extorting, intimidating, and harassing civilians because that is the only instinct, word of survival. They are not well, but how much are they taking home? There should be one of the, they should have been paid. The system should have been designed in the way they are being paid most than these politicians. What are they politicians? What are they doing? What is the contribution of the politicians who are ripping off with jumbo pays? The House of Representatives. Look at Nigeria is boiling now. Everybody is crying. Massacre here and there. What the governors could do is just come and cry and apologize. What a senseless undertakings. You are there watching people are being massacred, and at the end of the day, you blame the military that they are not doing what they should do. And you are not empathizing that the same military are facing a very difficult moment, a very difficult working condition. They are being abandoned. They are not being taken care of. They are not given opportunity to have relaxation and refreshments. Most of them have complained that they have been at a spot in the bush for more than 2 years. When it's time to allow them to return to visit their homes and their loved ones, at least to have some psychological reversal and have some level of identification with their own people, sense of belonging. They are not being given. The excuses tendered is that there is no money, but there is enough money to cut away. There is enough money to spend. There is enough money to share, of course, for the judiciary, for the politicians. There is enough Ghana must go to distribute when it comes to protecting their interests, lobbying for whatever they want to be, they want to pass, just for their interests. And Nigerians are watching the escalations. People are dying, both civilians and the security operatives. People are dying on their daily basis, and we kept moods. I will not be among those that will be silenced. When evil is happening, speak up, speak out, take action. The government should be held responsible. The government should be listening to them. And when the masses are trying to address the imbalance in the system, to try to make sure that things work for the good of all, the military, the police, the military, the drug task force, whatever, should not be used as an instrument of retrogression, instrument of fighting the same people who should have defended your interests, just as what happened in the NSAS, October 2020. When people are protesting, and one of their points of protecting or agenda is that the salaries of the security operatives should be reviewed, a better working condition, a better working remuneration and package. The same people were used to kill the masses, to massacre the masses. Now, you are seeing the reality staring at everyone. Unfortunately, we are caught in that unfortunate and avoidable scenario. Is Nigeria becoming a crime scene? Of course, that will not be far from that. When the governors are helpless, they are only shedding tears, making up tendering useless apologies. Why people are being dying? They knew that these movements or moves by these assailants are sponsored genocidal war attack. What have you done? Until everyone is being annihilated and you will become the governor of the dead. The traditional rulers are not helping issue. They are the worst. The clergymen are the worst. Both the demands and they are not saying the truth to the powers that be because of what they stand to benefit, because of what of their selfish interests. They play religious and ethnic sentiments above humanity, above human dignity, the sanctity of human life. They are sucking the blood of human, drinking the blood of innocent, including children, are being massacred and killed without any question. On daily basis, the greatest news in Nigeria is horrible news. The killing of people across the regions. This is not just about the north. People was thinking it was just against the Christians. They started by attacking churches, Christians, burning down people, killing them, and beheading them and the rest of the day. It has gotten to the Muslims, and the Muslim monarchs, most of the outside monarchs are now asking, why are you still killing us? If you say you are fighting for Islamic State, why are you still killing the Muslims, the other ethnic nationalities who practices Muslim? In those states, both the Muslim, the pagan, the Christians were also killed alongside. There's something more than this. And it's high time everyone stands. It is not just about the military. Because when they are killing the military, they are also targeting the civilians to overrun the entire regions of this country. Why is it that the northern elites, the northern governors, the northern traditional rulers, the northern religious rulers cannot address the fire that is burning between their legs? If they can't address it, it means they are accomplice to whatever is happening. Nothing short of this. Of recent, the governor of Borno State said, Zulum, he said that the Boko Haram are planning to overrun, are almost overwhelming the entire Borno State. They're almost taking over the Borno State. Yobe State is there, where people were beheaded. Military have become the subject of targets, object of targets. They will kill some and release some for whatever reason best known to them. There is a compromise. There is a sabotage in the star system. It's not a surprise that Jonathan said that Boko Haram are in his cabinet. He understood what he's saying. He was not mentioning words. That Boko Haram are part of his cabinet, are in his cabinet. So whatever is happening, the politician, the political oligarchs should be held responsible. They know what is happening. And they believe that is to their own advantage. They make money. Of course, it's been reported in most recent time that one of them used their helicopter. It was discovered that his own private helicopter or private jet was used to distribute arms, resources to the camps of these terrorists. And nobody questioned. People has been named to have been sponsoring this terrorism, but nobody has been called to book. So it's the military that will continue to pay the ultimate price, and the defenseless civilians. Now, the governor of Plateau State is now ranting, shouting, apologizing. You have failed. You have not just failed, you have failed woefully. Apology is not enough. You should tender resignation and apologize. Submit yourself to be jailed. Because the lives that was lost, you are not better off than them. The same head you have, they have. Because you are attached with security orderlies and you think you are protected. The former governor of Benue State was almost overrun by the Fulani terrorists or the militias that threatens his life. At occasion, he has to run with his leg, abandoning his convoy and whatever. He narrowly escaped. So if you think you are a politician, it is not getting to you. Today, it is on record that there are IDPs in Federal Capital Territories, Abuja. There are IDPs, people who have been displaced from their homes, people who are now living in temporary residential, of course, arrangement. You know what is IDP? Nigeria having the highest concentration of IDPs in the whole world. And you said they are not at war. Even Ukraine that is at war have not recorded such level of displaced persons, level of casualties. Then, who is deceiving who? If you are not at war, why are people being killed and massacred? This is incessant. This is recurrent decimal. It's time we ask ourselves question. What is the essence of being together? If that brings more harm, more destruction, more agony, more disaster upon us, this is time to ask the question. Those forcing us to be together must be wicked, must have ulterior motive, an intention, obnoxious intention, nefarious and dangerous intention, to the detriment of the masses, of the populace. If the police, the security operatives who should protect the territorial integrity of Nigerian state are being targeted, are being threatened, what hope do you have again? The defense boss, the DSS boss has told you, don't start looking for the military who are already suffering, complaining, crying that they are being abandoned, nobody cares for them, no help. Is that the same people you want to go and protect you? That must be the biggest joke of the century. They are fighting for their own survival. Most of them have died, have been killed, massacred, beheaded within the Nigerian territorial integrity. The sovereignty of Nigeria has already been compromised. In fact, there are other states operational within the Nigeria. Otherwise, how could Boko Haram terrorists be asking the security operatives, the soldiers, the military, Nigerian Defense Force to vacate the region that now it belongs under their control, is under their control? They are not messing words, they are not joking. The reality are there. Unfortunately, the media are not projecting what exactly is happening. They are deceiving the masses and themselves at last. For those who cares, who has the boldness to speak, I mean the security operatives, I give them kudos. I wish I would have opportunity to buy even a bottle of water for them. If I could have direct contact to these people at the forefront, dying for humanity, dying for senseless reasons. All these things should have been avoided if the government will stand up to her, live up to her responsibilities. The government should not take the people for granted. It is time to address this multifaceted dilemma that people are living in denial, shying away from this. Let me have your own observation and comment via the comment section. It is time to speak. Don't mock the military. They are human beings. I know most of them have their shortfallings. Most of them are being used as instruments of oppression and subjugation against the masses. But that notwithstanding, there are people who still have humanity, who still serve with dignity and honor, who has not compromised their position. Mostly, unfortunately, they are paying the ultimate price. They are being killed and massacred on a daily basis. So it is high time to rise.
No helper! What are we serving this country for? Why? Nothing! Hungry servicemen!